EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the inner harbor of Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, what's happening here? They're going to try an onside kick to start the game. Wow. Well, that's one you don't really see all that often. Declare a first quarter onside kick. The hands team takes care of it. First carry for King Henry. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
All I need is one night. All I need is one night.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 9. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He runs with it. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. That one's good for 29.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Now back at the 4 for 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd and goal.
From the gun, Jackson. Flushed to his left. That one intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Kobe Durant.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful to see. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to 4th down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with it.
He'll bring this up to the 22. Tackled there by Trenton Simpson.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
In motion, Lamb. Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. This pass right side caught by Lamb. 3rd down and 3.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
21 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
Dak going to give this to Blue. And no room to be found. He'll get this back to line of scrimmage, and that's it.
No gain on the play. second and 10 at their 49-yard line.
Here we go 47. Here we go 46. Hey, kill. Here we go going to 53.
Second down, Prescott. It's into the hands of Jaden Blue. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
First down, Dallas.
47. 26.
A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line. And we're not going to have another snap here. First quarter will come to an end. On to the second quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they go to work on first and goal. Blue goes over the top and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Dallas.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead.
Ravens, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jackson under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Former third overall pick, Quinnen Williams. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. That'll bring up second and long. Jackson. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Flowers. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from second and long to third and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on third, I'd be surprised if they go for it on fourth. So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use.
The ball comes out, and fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds, so no turnover. It's actually going to wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Jackson looking to throw. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. See what they have for second and 10. They'll run it with Henry. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds.
On 1st down, here's Blue. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 33-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receivers saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
So, after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. Lejante Wester deep for Baltimore. Oh, he landed it at the right spot, just at the wrong spin. He goes into the end zone, touchback. The ball's coming out to the 20-yard line. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Kobe Durant up to make the stop.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break. Come back. 2nd half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. Cavante Turpin on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 26 yards. 1st down, Dallas.
Prescott on 1st down. Lets it go downfield for Ferguson. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete. Cannot connect with Jake Ferguson that time. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Prescott now. That's out wide to Williams. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
Brings up fourth down.
They'll go for it. It's Williams. And he's going to pick up the Cowboys' first down. They only needed one, but it's a gain of 6. And it keeps the drive going.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew it was coming and still couldn't stop it.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Brings up second and
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Now Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down. Prescott. Now a screen set up for Blue. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
6 yards on the play. Brings up fourth down.
They'll throw again. Dak. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Gonna give the ball over on down.
It's a turnover on down.
They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3. At the
From the 35,
35-yard line.
here's second down and 3. They're going to go right back to Henry. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. B.J. Watt up to make the tackle.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Exiting the pocket right. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Gain of 18.
Set to go now on first and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A give right up the middle to Henry. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Down at the 43-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They face second down and 7. Throwing Jackson. Out to his right. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
A first down throw for Jackson. Moving to his right. That one thrown on the run, but the receiver had a reach back, couldn't bring it in, and it is incomplete. Zay Flowers, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down. To throw is Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Again, it's Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll run out of the gun with Henry. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. A big play in the game now. Third down and 1. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Here's Jackson. Open man, that is Hittner, the tight end. And he will have the first down. So they roll the dice on fourth down in the red zone. And it pays off with first and goal.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
Henry tries to bull his way in. And he will power his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation.
Oh, they were in field goal range, but it's an interception.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
On the return, here's Turpin. Oh, yeah. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
A gain of 9.
So they have it second and 1.
At the 36-yard line.
In motion, Lamb. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here. So, first and 10 here now at the 38. Here's Prescott. Open man. It is Ryan Flanoy. And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
At the 45-yard line.
On second down, it's Dak. That's complete left side to Pickens. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. They'll have it first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Moving outside the pocket. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 20. And a Cowboy first down.
Lou going to get it again here on first down. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up first and goal. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. Dak to throw. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. All right, so the Cowboys set to go for 2.
The Cowboys will line up.
Here we go. One final play. And he will get into the end zone. So how do you like that? 2 points and now a 2-score advantage as the lead is 9. Looking to double up here. Score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. And that one not going to work out as the hands team is there to recover. So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Fights off the tackle at the 20. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson on the move to his left. And he's going to be down at the 35 for gain of 7. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do. But when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't...
Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, 65 yards. And the Ravens go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. Inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, 65 yards. And the Lions are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
That ties the game at
Extra
7.
point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A first down carry for Henry. The 71 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. From the 33, here's a second down and 4.
Brings up second
Play
and
action.
4.
Now Jackson.
33-yard line.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 33 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. You always hear Coach talk about, are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Brings up third down.
Here's Goff. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
19 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. After the interception, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Brings up third
An
down
entertaining
and
start to
5.
this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
10 at the 41-yard line.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the 42-yard line.
To throw is Jackson. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 83 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Running from the gun with Henry. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with third and 9 looming.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Ravens are able to stretch out their lead. On his loop for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score Ravens 20, Lions 7.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete right side. It's to Slow. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Now Goff. Open man, that's to Slaw. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. First and 10.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a first and 10.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Goff. And he's got it. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Gibbs. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. As the first half is winding down. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how it... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Bates' kick is good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 67 yards. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. So the opening drive of this third quarter, they're trying. Second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
No, we change it.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Again, Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the 4th quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Goff now looking to throw. Going underneath, Gibbs has it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll go again with Gibbs. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Gibbs.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try to run with Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Ravens 20.
Eyes closed and my heart open, just to get this off my chest and left my heart broken. Seeing how goofies are moved for the green, saying we on the same team, but what do that mean? Why build a bridge just to watch set it ablaze? Don't get me heated, ain't no way.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
No, we change it.
Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He's got Henry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
But this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best.